Indiana Borough. There you go. I'm stuck in the Indiana area school district mode. Morning, Chief.
Good morning.
Good to have you with us. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. When we spoke with you last month, you said that you would be spending a good portion of January preparing your year-end report for Borough Council. Is it ready yet?
It's ready. It's ready, and it'll be disseminated to council members tonight at tonight's meeting.
Oh, tonight?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You want to give us a little preview? What were some of the things that were outstanding about it to you?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, there were a lot of things that were outstanding in 2023, and again, I'm really proud of the effort. But so we ended up finishing the year with 11,409 calls for service. Yeah, that is a lot. But we're engaging differently too. We're being certainly more proactive in our schools and around town in the community and those things. You know, every effort that you take is time that's you have to consider where the best is best for us to spend time and what is most important for public safety at the moment. So 11,400 calls. Officers at the Borough Police Department, they participated in 414 training opportunities, which is incredible throughout the year. We have a robust online training platform as well as an in-person training platform. Indiana Borough Council has invested in training for our police department, which is extremely important for our service delivery to the community. And we've always are embarking on crash reduction initiative. This year, our crash reduction initiative it saw a bit of an uptick in crashes from years past, but I'm proud to report that when we started 5 years ago, traffic crashes in Indiana Borough have decreased by 31% this year. So I think that that's a remarkable number, something that we can be proud of, and that's reflected in our AAA Platinum Traffic Safety Award that we've been fortunate to receive each of the 5 years that I've been chief, but also prior to.
Let's pause for a moment and talk about that a little bit. What can borough police do that is going to help to reduce traffic crashes?
What can the police do to help reduce traffic crashes? Well, there are three main areas of traffic crash reduction the police departments focus on: enforcement, engineering, and education. So we're talking to our school students and our youngsters about traffic safety, about crossing the street safely, about awareness. We go on the radio and talk to our public and our community members about being patient, watching for school buses. We let everyone know when special events are happening in town. Go slow. Give yourself enough time. Engineering. We're always out there trying to understand what could be better traffic calming in the community. Are there low-hanging branches? Are there intersections that are chewed up or problematic? Or is there a way that we could slow traffic on Philadelphia Street between intersection and intersection? And then there's enforcement. And enforcement, obviously, is what you see police officers making traffic stops for traffic violations or being proactive and seeking out traffic violators through speed enforcement. So those are the ways that the police department plugs into traffic safety.
Yeah, and visibility is a key to it all.
And visibility is a key to it all. Being omnipresent is important. We need to project ourselves that we're everywhere, even though that's an impossibility. But we certainly try to be everywhere at all times. So it's a robust effort. It really is, and it's focused on those three areas. We also are doing traffic studies. So someone calls and says, hey, I think that there should be a stop sign at this intersection, or we perceive a need for a stop sign. We're always assessing what does a history of traffic crash look like at that intersection? What does a history of complaint look like at that intersection? So traffic safety, one of the most important things that we can deliver for our community. This town is, at times very fast-paced. There are quite a few cars that travel through Philadelphia Street and our major intersections, and we need to make sure that not only are those taken care of, but also our community streets, the streets that are maybe lesser traveled, but traveled at speeds that are too great for the area. Yeah. And, we have a lot of kids that play in Indiana Borough, which is great. That's what everybody wants, but we have to keep them safe, too.
Yeah, sometimes people get a little frustrated with Philadelphia Street and they decide to take a shortcut. Yeah. And that shortcut will not only increase traffic on that area, but then they find themselves trying to beat the other folks that they were behind on Philly, beat them down to the next stop sign so they can get out in front of them. And, that has the potential for something disastrous. You don't want that to happen.
No.
I interrupted you as you were giving us the year-end report, but obviously that's an important one. I wanted to stop there for a moment. What are some of the other things about the report that stand out to you?
Well, I appreciate that. Just some of the things that officers great work was acknowledged for. I really appreciate that. We have our detective unit working very hard. There just was a major case that we announced several days ago Those things and these larger drug investigations, they don't get handled without the great work of criminal investigators in addition to our patrol officers. So very pleased that they were able to be recognized throughout the year. Josh Okaitis, a night shift patrol officer, has done some great work in DUI enforcement, was recognized by the DUI Association as a 2023 DUI Top Gun, which is a recognition for approximately 50 police officers in the entire state of Pennsylvania. So to have an Indiana Borough police officer recognized means good things are happening as far as our combating drunk driving and trying to keep motorists safer.
Yeah.
We have our canine program this year, or the past year, was invited to speak at the Pennsylvania State Association of Boroughs fall conference, which was an exciting opportunity to talk to other boroughs about our canine program, how we're trying to plug in, what the intent of it is. And, there's so many more. We've had officers honored nationally as servant officers for work above and beyond their duty. And those are things that I take great pride in. Just being able to set up an atmosphere, a work environment where officers can succeed is the greatest thing that I could deliver because they're succeeding on behalf of everyone here. And so I certainly need us all to be working together and in the right direction and in paths that can bring success. And so it's been a great honor. And, as we talk about that last year in review, I also have spent some time reflecting on, my tenure as chief, because I had a 5-year anniversary at the beginning of February. And so, looking back on that body of work, I think that the things that I'm most proud of are the things that we're able to do for other people and for the officers at the police department. So it's always been an honor, but it's not always been easy or enjoyable to lead. But, these things happen and we're moving in the right direction. And I'm just extremely, extremely proud of the effort that we put forth and our partners' efforts that are put forth for everybody.
I know for you and for anybody in the police business, when anniversaries come up of sad events, and today is the 1-year anniversary of the shooting of of 2 police officers in Pittsburgh, one of whom died a year ago today. Those things don't go unnoticed. Doesn't matter what police department you're in, doesn't matter how far they might be away from where you are, but it is a pause to reflect, isn't it? And also to be thankful for where you are and vigilant about what you encounter every day.
Yeah, you've said that very well. I mean, it's necessary but never enjoyable to think about our own mortality and the fact that police officers do dangerous jobs and that there's no guarantee that we come home at the end of the day. And we all have accepted that. We understand what the mission is, public safety. We understand that it's inherently dangerous. We're blessed in Indiana Borough that we have things in place and support systems for each other, and our community is always sincere in their support of our efforts and support of our partners' efforts. So we're not immune. That's for sure. We're not immune. I cannot guarantee anyone against tragedy or strife, but I can guarantee you our best effort to combat it and to put things in place proactively that give us a best chance for success. But police service is inherently dangerous. Communities are not just in and of themselves safe. It requires an enormous effort. And as you said, the anniversary of these dates, stark reminders of the need for police officers at times to give their lives in defense of others.
Yeah. Bad guys come. Then sometimes they come into the community from outside the community and cause trouble. Sometimes they've been here all along. I'm sure that there's in the back of everybody's minds, where the potential for trouble might be, but it could be from any direction.
Well, that's for sure. I appreciate the opportunity to plan and prepare for everything that we can plan and prepare for, but you've adequately said it. Trouble will seek out and find when someone is intent on causing harm to another person or to a community. And so we want to be able to put things in place that harden Indiana Borough, quite honestly, and Indiana County from, being easily targeted by anyone considering to do anything or intent on doing anything dangerous. And, we have great partners doing that. And I, very sincerely, Indiana Borough's blessed, Indiana County's blessed to have incredible law enforcement officers, agencies, district attorney, and our partners. It's a really connected community effort at work for everyone's safety, and we're just proud to be part of it.
I know you and the others in the police department are working off the street in addition to the visibility on the street. Scams are always a concern. and tips that you get about potential crimes. All of those things, and folks need to know that you're working on those things, and that if they know something, that they should be in touch with you and just making you aware so that you can do the investigatory process that is required.
Absolutely. If it's happening in the community, the police department needs to know about it, because we need to be able to plug in, and you can plug in for us, and we can plug in for you, and there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. It's amazing that the amount of effort and work that builds up to some of these more visible demonstrations of police presence or police service, but there's planning and preparation going on all the time. Dealing with scams or internet crimes, those are things that aren't happening in the public eye. So, but just be assured that you have good people working on your behalf to keep everybody safe.
He is Indiana Borough Police Chief Justin Schawl, joining us here this morning on Indiana in the Morning. Thanks for coming across the street.
Thank you.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160. And WCCSradio.com. So Fox News is coming your way a couple of moments away from now at 9 o'clock. Boy, this has been a fast morning. And then after that, Josh is in the WCCS newsroom. We're going to be talking in our next segment with Jody Rainey, who is not only the principal at Homer Center High School, he is the president of the Heritage Conference, and the road to the KCAC is winding toward the Cavalchi Complex. Championship night's coming up on Friday night.